In this lecture, I'm going to talk about constructor method for the objects. What is constructors? Constructors are special kinds of methods that are invoked to construct objects. So right here we have two types of the constructor. One has no argument and no body, and the other one with argument and with body. And both of them can be used for constructor purpose. What is constructor? A constructor with no parameters is referred to as no argument constructor. If no constructor being defined or given, the default one will be used. And default one usually is just like this empty one, no argument and no body. It said that it will inherit from the superclass, parent class, and then get some data definition or the member method over there. And constructors must have the same name as the class name itself. Constructors do not have a return type, not even a void. You just need to write down the class name and parentheses. And if you have some argument, put it there. And then constructors are invoked using the new operator when an object is created. Constructor play the role of initializing objects. So new operator is used to build object, not to build class. It's used to build object. And a class is being loaded when the Java virtual machine started. So create object using a constructor. You use a new operator and put your class name. Class is a template. And then you use the class name and then parentheses as the constructor. So you copy one copy of the class and make it an object. And then assign a pointer to somewhere, but right here it's just doing this new operator only doing the construction part. And if you don't put any parameter there, you will use the default template from class. If you use some parameter, say here, you put a 5.0. If the default value radius is 1.0, you will update the radius to 5.0 by using this parameter. Declaring object reference variable. To reference an object, assign your object to a reference variable. For an object, you may have as many as a reference variable, or we call it pointer, as you wish. To declare a reference variable, use the syntax class, and then your object reference variable. I also call it pointer. And actually this pointer or object reference variable is holding an address, not a body of the class. So for example, circle, my circle is a pointer or a reference variable. Circle is the class. So you can also declare and creating objects in a single step. So left-hand side, you declare a address variable or pointer variable or reference variable holding the address. And then on the right side, you're using the class template to create an object. And then after you have created the object, you get an address of that object and then use this equal sign as assignment to assign the address to this pointer variable. For example, circle my circle equals new circle parentheses. New circle parentheses create a new circle data object and then assign the object's address to my circle, that's the pointer type, that hold the address. Accessing objects are members. Objects have two kinds of members. Property as available, and the methods, or sometimes we call it member methods. Referencing the object's data, if you want to access the data, put a pointer that get the address of the object, and then dot data. You use that to calculate address of the data field. Say my circle.radius will be access the radius variable defined in the my circle object. And then object reference variable dot methods name with argument parentheses. This will give you the access to a member method. MyCircle.getArea would call this getArea method and then return certain value if it has some return data type. Let's look at the call. Circle my circle, we create a pointer with no value. And then you create a body, use the new operator and put a 5.0 to replace the default value 1.0, so the radius become 5.0. And then you cut the address of this object and then assign to the my circle and then my circle holding the reference value or the ages value for that object. And then you declare again another pointer, your circle, and then after the creation there's no data over there. And then you use a new circle to create a body or the object of the circle type. And then because there is no argument, so you get the default value of 1.0 for radius. And then you return the edges to this your circle. So your circle got the edges of that object you created. After that, your circle that is pointing to a certain object, and then you access its data field, a radius, and then you assign it with a 100. So be cautious. Static members belong to class. Non-static members belong to objects. Recall that you use the mass.method name argument, for example, mass.power3 2.5. That's a class, and then this is a static method. By doing this, you actually call that method with such a parameter, but you do not create any object at all. It just uses the method to do some calculation. To invoke a method in mass class, can you invoke getArea using circle.getArea? No, this getArea is non-static, and this circle is a class, so the answer is no. All the members used before this chapter are static methods that belong to this kind, which are defined using static keyword. However, getArea is non-static. So as you can see, non-static getArea belong to a certain object. Say you have my circle, your circle. Each circle has its own member method. But you cannot use a circle.getArea because that getArea method belongs to a certain object. And it must be invoked from an object using such a statement. Object reference the pointer with the method name and argument. Say my circle.getArea. It's okay. And actually, a non-static pointer can access static method, but not the other way around. More explanations will be given in the section of static variable, constant, and methods. Thank you.